the Girdle Bug. This is a stonefly imitation. Fished anywhere where we have stoneflies or salmon flies, you can fish this. You can tie it in a little bit of variety of color. This one's in orange and black. You could do it in yellow and black. And that, just make sure that the legs match the body. Alright, we're going to start. We start with a Firehole 523, which is a jigging hook, and we're going to put a gold bead on it. Then we're going to put it into the vise. Push the bead back. We're going to tie in the antenna first. I like to start my thread right in about the middle of the hook and get it really anchored in good. I'm going to move my thread forward all the way almost to the bend. I'm not going to go past the bend. Go right about there. I'm going to take my first set of centipede legs and I'm going to tie them in. These I want to tie in really tight because we're going to have to pull that bead right over top of them. So I'm going to pull it really tight. You just kind of pull that rubber leg, trying to make it the smallest profile possible. I'm not going to go over these wraps, just going to kind of just one wrap type deal. Then I'm going to bring my thread all the way forward to the eye of the hook, and I'm going to whip finish it. And cut my thread off. Now the hardest part here is getting this bead all the way to the front, to the eye of the hook. Kind of got to work it around a little bit, get it to kind of come down, and once you have it in place, you can move these legs, separate them a little bit. We're going to tie our thread back in right behind the bead. Then we're going to move the thread all the way to the back of the hook. You're going to have to be a little patient with all these rubber legs that we're going to be tying on here. They're going to be constantly getting in your way, but certainly is not that hard of a fly to tie. Once you're in the back, we're going to take another set of rubber legs. These are going to end up being your tails, and we're going to tie it in the same way we did the front. But this time each leg, you can tie one on one side, take a couple wraps, pull it over, tie it in so that it's on the opposite side. Just like that. And you can put a couple really tight wraps right on that bump there and bring the thread right back to the back. Now we're going to use some variegated chenille. In this case, this is going to be the orange and black kind. And with chenille, we're going to peel off that front bit. Just take some of that fur right off from there so you have just those threads hanging out. And that's what we're going to actually tie in. So we're going to put it so that we can start our first wrap right back at the back. So we're going to wrap our thread back till we get right on that, and then come back forward and tie in all of this excess stuff. We're going to bring our thread all the way up to about the middle of the fly. We're going to tie in two sets of legs here, one on each side. So we'll take one set and tie it in. And you can move these after they're tied in a little bit. Got a little fuzzy thing hanging out here. Okay. And then we're going to tie in the ones on the far side. Get them tied in and positioned on the sides. Okay. At this point, we're going to pull these two middle ones forward, and we're going to just wrap our thread to the bead. Now we're going to take the two side ones in the back, not the tail one, the two side ones, and we're going to take them and get them out of the way. Maybe. There we go. Get them out of the way. And we're just going to wrap this chenille, one wrap right next to another, all the way forward to where we tied in these. Make sure you get one wrap right in there. Let them go. Then we're going to come in, position them a little bit right in between them. Then we're going to grab the front two. We're just going to start wrapping it forward up to the bead. Once you get there, I'm going to tie this off. A couple wraps and then we'll cut it out. Going to put a few more wraps right on it, make sure that it's tied in really well. We can position these legs after the fact just like that. Now the very hard part is going to be trying to do a whip finish. We're going to try to whip finish right behind the bead. So we're going to take our whip finish, and I like to start it above that leg, because then I can come in and grab those legs out of the way. And I'm going to pull those antennae through every time I turn this. Okay. Get my thread. Alright, now to cut these to length, what we're going to do is we're going to grab them. And we're not going to stretch and pull, but we're just going to grab them so they're together. And we're going to cut them about the length of the body. And we're going to do that on each of the sides. Grab the two. I'm going to cut them right about the length of the body. Show you these two. We're going to grab them, cut them right about there. And then the tail, we'll do the same. And that is a girdle bug.